What's for dinner? Tonight I'm going to make Italian stuffed cabbage rolls. Found this recipe on Facebook by Josh Cutler. In my pot, I have got ground beef and Italian sausage. And I didn't have any garlic, so I put in the dehydrated garlic flakes in my meat mixture. Over on the cutting board, I have about a half a chopped onion. I'm going to use some shredded Parmesan cheese, some oregano leaves, Italian seasoning. I'm going to use stewed tomatoes, but I'm going to puree it because I don't like chunks. And I need 1 egg. In my rice cooker, I've got my rice cooking. Looks good. I'm going to need, I think, a half a cup of this. I need 1 egg beaten, so I'm just going to use the bowl that I'm going to mix everything in to beat my egg. So I have my half an onion in my pot here. Now I'm just going to let it cook until it's translucent. I didn't worry so much about the bigger chunks because it's all going to cook down anyway. So I'm going to let it stay in here and cook for just a little while. Now I use my chopper to break up the clumps. And let's scoot it in here. Oops. All right, put the lid on this. I'm gonna let it simmer for just a little while. So in my small batter bowl here, I have got a can of stewed tomatoes. Now I used my little manual food processor here to puree it a little bit because I don't like the big chunks. So this is the smaller chunks. I don't mind small chunks. And I didn't have crushed tomatoes, so I used the stewed tomatoes, and that's what I'm using. So use what you have. Okay, so my sauce, actually calls for basil and oregano. I don't have any basil, so I'm going to use the oregano leaves. Sprinkle some of that in there. And then I'm just going to use some of this Italian seasoning. Now it has oregano in it, so I'm not going to do too much. And then a little salt and pepper, and then I'll mix it up. So I'm just going to start to assemble my mixture. Now I have, the recipe calls for half a cup of rice, but I'm using about a cup because this also, the meat calls for a pound of ground beef, and I got probably a pound of ground beef and a pound of Italian sausage. So I'm just going to scoop this into my pan. I need to mix this because I don't want these eggs to scramble. So let me throw in some of this cheese. Okay, now I can finish. I wanted to temper my eggs because, well, I didn't want to scramble. So I'm just draining my meat, and I'm going to just continue to transfer this over. And then I'm going to add my rice in. So I have all my meat in here. Now I'm going to put my ground beef in, or my rice in, and I'm going to mix it up real good. Okay, on my board here, I have got 12 cabbage leaves that I have microwaved. I put in my glass bowl here, I put a little bit of water at the bottom, covered it up, put it in the microwave, probably a total of 6 or 8 minutes. And now I'm going to just roll it. So we're going to take one, and I'm going to fill it. Okay. We have to put it down. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I rolled one. So I'm going to finish rolling all of this, and then I will be back. All right, here we go. I did put foil on the top, and I'm going to start it with timer. We're going to start with, well, 44 since it's there. So let's start it, and I'll be back. Sorry about the motion sickness, guys. I didn't want to be on camera today, so I was trying to hold the phone. Anyway, this is the final product. Yes, we already got a couple scooped out. This turned out really, really good. Next time I will make a couple changes to it. I think I would add another can of tomato sauce to it and not top the top with that extra cheese. If you want the recipe, reach out to me and I'll send it to you. This is not my recipe. I found this recipe on Facebook. I thought it looked amazing. The person who put this out there is Josh Cutler. So Josh Cutler, thank you so much for this amazing recipe.